If you've already got a few temperature and humidity sensors around your home, you might wonder why you'd need another one. Well, this one adds something that most smart home sensors don't. It also measures air pressure. And that might sound a little niche at first, but it actually opens up some surprisingly useful automations. So let's take a closer look. Hi, I'm James and I've been building out my smart home for years, with products from just about every manufacturer out there, figuring out what works and what doesn't. So this is the SONOFF AirGuard TH Pressure, model SN-ZB02M. Physically, it's similar in size to some of SONOFF's previous temperature and humidity sensors, and it's actually identical to their button. It's compact, battery-powered, Zigbee-based, and can be mounted using the included magnetic plate, screws, or an adhesive pad. Inside, though, it's doing a bit more than you'd expect. Rather than simply reporting the temperature and humidity, it also measures the atmospheric pressure, and from those values it calculates both the dew point and VPD, giving you 5 environmental measurements from a single sensor. Now, for most people, temperature and humidity are probably the readings that you will use most often. But air pressure is interesting because changes can often indicate changing weather conditions before you even look outside. If you've ever found yourself wondering why you've suddenly got a headache or why a storm seemed to arrive out of nowhere, barometric pressure changes are often involved. So having that information available within Home Assistant opens up some interesting possibilities. For example, you could trigger automations when the pressure starts dropping rapidly to automatically close windows or skylights, notify that rain is likely, or even just adjust the ventilation before the weather changes. It's probably not something that everyone will use, but if you enjoy building smarter automations, it's another useful data point to work with. The sensor itself is also pretty accurate. SONOFF quote an accuracy of plus or minus 0.2 degrees Celsius for the temperature, and plus or minus 2% relative humidity, and 0.1 HPA for the air pressure. It runs from a CR2477 battery with an expected battery life of up to 2 years, although that, as always, will depend on how frequently you are reporting data and how good your Zigbee signal is. Like most recent SONOFF Zigbee devices, it supports Zigbee 3.0, so that means it will work with SONOFF's own gateways, and more importantly for a lot of us, it also supports Home Assistant using either ZHA or Zigbee to MQTT. Another nice feature is the configurable reporting. If you want more frequent updates, you can reduce the reporting interval or make the sensor report smaller changes, though that only seems to be an eWeLink specific option in their hubs. And bear in mind that more frequent reports will of course reduce the battery life, so there's a balance. Within the eWeLink app you can also get historical graphs, CSV export, configurable comfort ranges, threshold alerts and other calibration options, some of which you also get in Zigbee to MQTT. So who is this sensor actually for? If all you need is room temperature, there are more basic Zigbee sensors available. But if you're monitoring a greenhouse, a wine cellar, workshop, or simply someone who enjoys collecting more environmental data, then the additional pressure sensor definitely makes this a more interesting device. Personally, I like seeing companies expand beyond the standard temperature and humidity, so I think this is a great addition. It's a small upgrade on paper, but it gives us another useful value that can be fed into your automations. Overall, I think this is another solid little update for SONOFF's sensor lineup. It's small, battery-powered, Zigbee-based, has great compatibility, and gives you significantly more information than a standard sensor does, without adding too much complexity. If you've been looking for a way to add air pressure monitoring into your smart home, then this is probably the simplest way to do so. The link to this will, as always, be in the description below and over on my website. And if you purchase one using my link, I'll earn a small commission at no cost to you, so thanks for supporting the channel. But before I go, a huge thank you to all of my mid-tier channel members whose names will be on the screen now. Your support really helps me making videos like this, so I can't thank you enough. And remember, every month, one lucky mid-tier or higher member wins a smart home gadget from my giveaway. So if you would like to support the channel and be in with a chance of winning, you can sign up using the links at the top of my website or wherever you're watching this. If you've got any ideas for how you would use air pressure in your own automations, Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you come up with. And as always, remember, home is where the smart is.